What's up guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to get a clean sounding vocal for like your trap beats, your hip hop beats, and most specifically, I'm basically going to be teaching you how to get a kind of clear Lil Pump, Smokepurpp type vocal. Their vocals don't really have many like effects on them, and they're usually just like clean, loud sounding vocals with like slight reverb, nothing else. But I'm going to be teaching you how to get that. I've got a beat here, which I'm going to be demonstrating the vocals at the end on this beat. I'm just going to play the beat. So that's the beat I'm going to be demonstrating the vocals on at the end. But I've laid some effects out here on the vocal effects that you do need to use. So starting off, to actually get your microphone in flsudio itself, you're going to want to go up to any of the inserts, any of the slots. And at the top here, you want to select in one, and then also make sure in the options and audio settings, I can't remember where it is. I think default. Wrong one. Oops. That is fine. I don't know, you've basically got a options, audio, and click on this, make sure your stuff is the same as mine. Just copy the settings, it should be fine. Anyway, you want to go on insert one on this thing, and we're going to start off with a limiter. So you want to find a limiter, and this is the limiter that I'm using, fruity limiter. And these are the settings you want to copy. So we've got the gain slightly turned up to the instead, because basically I've just moved these knobs around slightly from the default. So I've only moved the gain up slightly. I've turned the threshold down, I'm pretty sure, because it's usually like this. I turn it down a bit. The knee you want to turn up slightly, and the ratio you want to turn up even more than the knee. And then you've got the attack, which you want to actually turn up as well. And then the threshold, you only want to have the threshold on slightly, just to, you know, make sure it's there. You don't want it to be fully there. You just, oh god, the beat's playing. You want to make sure it's just slightly there, you know. It's just, it makes the vocals sound a lot more clearer. So next, we want to add a EQ. So we got Fruity Parametric EQ2. You want to copy off my settings. I've actually turned all of these down, so they're a lot thinner. So you want to just turn all of these off here. And then you want to change this blue one from this to that. And then you want to change the purple one as well. Basically, just copy my settings that you see on the screen. That's the EQ we're going to use. We're going to use another EQ, which is more of a simple one. We've basically just, you know, upped the high mid slightly, just to bring out that more tinny kind of vocal, more clear vocal. And then we've just kind of toned down the lower vocals. Same with this, we actually toned it down a bit on this. And basically this is just going to make your voice sound clearer, more high quality. Next, we've got a sound gradizer. This is basically what I think this is one of the best effects that you can add onto your vocals. So when I turn this on, you don't really notice much of a difference, but the more I turn this up, it goes, you can hear me louder and clearer. This is personal preference on which key you want it to be in, because it's not necessarily, it doesn't have to correspond with the key of the beat that you're using. It's just what you think sounds best with the beat that you're using. Most of the time when I'm using or doing a Lil Pump type or just clear vocals with a hard sounding beat, I'd usually go to the B key. A is probably the clearest, it sounds the nicest. This is mainly for, I think, songs with less bass. With songs with a lot of 808s, more bass, I would go for B. That's just personal preference. And you want to have that all the way up. And then reverb is something that we want to add. So reverb, you're just going to copy my settings. We've upped this, so it's the same as the dry. We've lowered the wetness. It's quite low. We've actually moved this slightly to the left. It basically just, I'm pretty sure it increases the reverb slightly. We've got bass. We've turned up the bass slightly in the vocals. Decay is actually turned up slightly as well, so the echo lasts a lot longer compared to this. The echo lasts for like less than half a second, whereas this, it lasts about a second and a half. It just fills in the gaps, makes your vocals sound a lot nicer, and it kind of fits in with the beat more. Your vocals sit on the beat. We've got this cross and damp turned, I think they're turned up slightly. So you want to have them just slightly turned up. The size, we turned it down, so it's a smaller sized room. And then the L cut, we just turned it up, so but this is basically going to make your reverb sound either more on the higher frequency side of things compared to the lower frequency side of things. So if I was going to turn it down, you'd hear more of a low frequency reverb compared to this. It's more of a high hissing sound reverb. It works quite nicely with these type of beats, you know, just clear vocals in general. And that's it for the reverb. We've also turned the reverb down from this to this. So it's more of a low-key reverb just to make you sit on the beat more, sound not... Usually when you don't use reverb, you can sometimes sound a bit just there. You don't really sound in with the beat. It sounds quite bad quality and it doesn't sound like in with the beat. So you want to turn the reverb down slightly, not have it all the way. Next, we're going to go to the limiter. We're going to turn the gain up slightly again, just to make your voice even clearer. The gain, it depends with you. If your mic is really quiet or you want to be quiet, but you want your vocals to still be quite loud, you want to turn your gain up more. And then we turn the saturation up to about there. And then we left everything the same. Saturation is just going to make your vocals sound slightly richer, just nicer quality. We then added a blood overdrive to make your vocals sound clearer, sometimes more grainy and sometimes more croaky in a way, raspy. It just makes the vocals sound clearer, in my opinion. You want to turn the pre-band, I don't know what that means, you just want to turn it up to what my settings are. The color, we turn up the color as well, and the preamp, we turned up the preamp just to make it slightly louder. It's basically just gain, adding gain to your vocals. So the louder I go, it's going to make it more distorted, so this just brings your vocals out more. We also have this off, so yeah, basically just want to copy off this blood overdrive. Next, we've got a compressor. Now, what this does is it actually, you know, when you're recording vocals, sometimes your vocals aren't all the same volume. You might make a louder noise, which is louder than the rest, and it can kind of set off your song. And it can make your song sometimes sound weird from going high volume vocals to low volume vocals. You want to always have your vocals staying the same volume throughout the song. So the compressor helps this by basically putting on a threshold and stopping your vocals going over a certain point, but still keeping your vocals at the same volume. It doesn't make your vocals quieter, it just keeps your vocals at the same threshold. It basically keeps your vocals at the same level by lowering the threshold. And yeah, that's basically that. You just want to put the threshold on minus 22.8, and that's it for the compression. And then we're going to add another parametric EQ2 onto the vocals. Now that's made quite a bit of a difference. I sound more mid-tone vocals right now, but now I've put this on, it sounds nicer. I'm actually going to put it up to about there. It sounds more nicer quality vocals. You just want to copy off my settings right here. We've lowered up the highs just to make it sound more clear and more just tinny kind of sounding. We've left the lower sounds the same, and then we've just got rid of some of the mids by just lowering it down slightly just so you don't have that like that really harsh sounding vocal sound. That's basically it for the vocals. Now I'm just going to quickly whip up something, record something, and show you how it sounds just in a second. Alright guys, so I'm back and I've recorded a bit of something, but also just to let you know, I actually recorded the vocals and then I put them into the mixer. If you don't know how to do that, you just want to select the recording that you want to put into the mixer, and then you simply right click on one of the inserts, channel routing, and then route the selected channel to the rack. So I inserted the ad-libs and the main vocals. I actually slightly turned down the main vocals just so they fit on the beat a bit nicely, and I always have the ad-libs slightly lower than the main vocals so they don't take over the main vocals. So I actually wanted to get rid of some of the reverb on the ad-libs, so I just put a transient processor onto it. Basically that just cancels out some of the reverb, and I only turned it down slightly. So there is a simple fix for this. Usually you wouldn't have to do this. You can actually turn off the reverb in the recording, and then when you've put it into the channel rack, you can actually put it on after, so you can actually decide how much reverb you want. That's probably a smarter idea, to be honest. But either way, you're putting the reverb on. If you want to take some of it off, all you need to do is insert into the rack and then put a transient processor on it and turn it down slightly on the release knob. That's it for the reverb. And then I actually put another EQ onto the main vocals so it sounded slightly nicer. It was just a simple EQ. I just slightly turned down the high midsection, only slightly, less than -5, probably about -2, and that's it. That's all I did. It made the vocals sound cleaner. Now I'm going to let you guys listen to it, see what you think, and I will see you on my next video, guys. Peace out. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Le Pont. Oh. Yeah. Trapper the century. Oh. Yeah. Okay. I put a bit like okay. Yeah. I put a bit like okay. Okay. I put a bit like okay. Yeah. Le Pont. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I put a bit like okay. Oh. I put a bit like